weird. Oh, here it is. I will be right there. I just have to get a paintbrush. Hi, hello. Hi, Chris. How are you? How was your day? Did you work? Hi, Bob. How are you? Nice to see you. Today is my 11th day of my 30-day marathon. So I have, after this, 19 more days left? So today I haven't been finishing a lot of projects. So today I came back to the chairs and whoop, let me turn it. So we've got the red one and we've got the yellow one. Hi, Jan, and yep, 9 hours. Chris worked 9 hours today. I worked today too, but you know, from home, and I got a new customer today. Was really happy. I sent out I met a new person, and I brought her some paint, and so I got a new customer today. So that's a good day. That's always good when that happens. So I think today what we're gonna do, I got a couple, this red one I want to finish, and I'm going to finish it with the big top. I'm going to finish it with the big top. That's going to be the sealer that I'm going to use. But before I do the sealer, I need to ask your opinion on something, because I sanded the transfer and I may have over sanded it. So I want you to take a look. See this right here? I sanded it, and so that turned white. And this purple, yeah. I don't know. Did you see that? Did I hold the camera okay so that you could see that? Mine is from home too, since the end of March. Do you know when you're gonna go back? Have they made any announcements as to when you will go back to the office, or are you looking forward to going back to the office? I guess why I wanted to talk about that sanding is because I know the big top, this is shiny, so I know that that's gonna bring it back to life a little bit because it'll be shiny and all that. But I also can paint over the transfer, not completely, but that might be too hard. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should just do the big top. What are your thoughts? And also, I ended up having to go to another transfer. I used one transfer for these two chairs, but I have a third chair, so I had to open up another transfer anyway. So now I have July 8th. Oh, that stinks. July 6th, people start going back. I may be back in August or October. Okay. I wouldn't want to go back on July 6th. It's the summertime. When was the last time you had the summertime? Like, well, I know you're working, but I don't know. Maybe you can play hooky a little easier when you're at home. Probably shouldn't have said that. All right, so I'm going to start big topping the chair right now, because I had to have Randy open these, because if I decide to add more transfers, then I can over the sealer. So that's fine. I just can't paint once the painting, I can't do any painting once the sealer's on, or sanding, but I did some sanding already, and as you know, I just said that I messed it up. Okay, So Big Top goes on very easily. It's a very, very light, it's like the consistency of water. Well, I don't know if it's water. Maybe I should stir it. Hold on. I'm gonna stir it just in case there's some, I haven't used it in a while, just in case anything settled on the bottom. Seems to be a little bit of something on the bottom. So I'm just stirring it up. See, there's something there. So I'm just scraping anything that I might be important to this finish. These are a great thing to have around the house. These, Randy picked those up for me. These popsicle sticks. So, yeah, I think that this is going to, I don't know, can you see? I think this is going to brighten the chair right up. So I'm really glad I didn't waste my time. I didn't ruin things by painting them. It was just a thought that I had. But once this sealer is on, these transfers will be on. It cannot be changed. So I'm concerned because I can't. Okay, so all right, so we'll put the sealer. Just gonna cover the whole chair. It's very easy to put on. I don't know what other things people use when they paint chairs. They might use a poly or something like that, but this is, it goes on so light and so easily, but it's a very strong protective finish. This is one of the strongest protective finishes that Debbie has. And it goes on so easy. So it'll be good to get this project done. Because I think I decided that my next big project is going to be upholstery. So, I don't know if you knew this. I think Bob and Chris know this, that you can paint fabric and upholstery with these with this clay-based paint. Whoop. So we did there was a batch of Big Top I saw that had little white crystal type things in it. Oh, I should put my glasses on. Big Top, yes. Chris, do the Big Top of you did too much? Can you add more transfers? Do the Big Top or of you did too much? Can you add? I believe I can add more transfers. I'm really not inclined to add any more transfers on the seat or up here. Well, I might do something up here, but if I do, it's going to be really small. So I don't even know if I'm going to do any more on this chair, but I get to the point where I have to finish or it's never going to get done. So this is kind of makes my decisions for me. If I get this done, I can move on. So remember, we put this pretty lilac on the chair, on the leg. I was thinking, since I opened up a whole new transfer, that I have more of these now, because that's the only that little bit of these flowers, the lavender or whatever, in that whole huge sheet of transfers. So if I wanted to add more to kind of complete this leg, that was another thing I was thinking about doing. So my next project is going to be upholstery. So Chris and Bob were probably there when I painted a pillow. That was fun, wasn't it, you guys? When I painted a pillow, and I showed you this big, huge cushion from my couch. Well, I think I'm gonna go for it. Yeah, and the big top seems to be that it has gotten contaminated. There was a batch I think people are having issues with. So mine is fine. I haven't had any issues with mine. Oh, you probably didn't see what I did to the back of this chair. Let me see if I can get... So on the back of the chair, whoop, I put a little bit of a rose on the back because I thought, jeepers, I got to get a new tripod because I thought, you know, when the chairs are around a table, you see the back of them a lot, right? So I wanted to decorate the back of them. So I put some, so I'm going to put transfers on the back of all of these chairs. I know I have 3 chairs, and the next one is going to be, I'm painting it in blue iris. I hope I have 4, but I'm not positive. I know they have them online. You can find them at vintage shopping. You can find these chairs. They're like, that's pretty. And I am the world's worst typist. Oh! No, you're not. I am. I hate that stupid thing where it thinks it knows what words you want. Oops, whoops. And it makes, you type in one thing and it types something else and you end up saying something completely wrong, and that I don't like. That makes me a bad typist. The thing with this, though, you can't really see it. So I don't know if I'm redoing or doing more than I should. I know I don't want that. Because that looks like that will... Do you see that? Oh, probably not. Do you see these little white drips where it's dripping? I don't think I want that. That won't be good. So I'm going to keep trying to absorb those. I might be putting a little bit too much Big Top on, but I like a really heavy shine. And I could easily, you know, put on more than one coat. Oh, that's my garage door opening. I don't know if you hear that. I have a huge order arriving Wednesday from DIY. I ordered it May 16th, and I just got notification today or yesterday that it's coming in Wednesday. So I'll be not completely stocked, because there are other things I still need to order, but I try to get a complete stock. I gotta turn this thing around so we can do the other side. Whoop. I usually have no idea what I'm trying to type on that bad. I don't think you're bad. But I'm seeing some white on this big top. Maybe I do have a bad batch. What the heck? I don't know if it's this weather. I have the windows open and it's raining out and it's very, very humid. And I don't know if that's an issue, or maybe I just put way too much on. I was having too much fun. So Chris, is this a good time for you? Does it have, oh yeah. I made sure that when I did my order that I had what you wanted. And I'm going to be putting in another order, like I said. Now I don't know. So you see how it's a little white? They're saying that something happened with the big top. You know that. You just told me that. But I've been hearing, they've been talking about it on the retailers Facebook group. And I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with this. I think it's just the way I'm doing it. This is a heavy chair. Oh gosh. So see right here, the rose in the back, I wrapped the leaf around the front, because I wanted to have something up here, but I didn't want to have too much. So on all of the chairs, I'm going to keep that vibe going. I'm going to put a flower or something on the other side on the back, and then I'm going to wrap it around. I think I'm done. I think I'm done. Chris, have you done anything with it? Kathy. Hi, Kathy. How are you? We're sealing these chairs with Big Top. I haven't tried mine, but you and I must have gotten ours in the same batch, right? I have no clue how they do their batches. They could be making 10 batches a week. I don't know. I really don't know. They didn't come out with it like saying, okay, look at this number, because that number is the bad batch. You know how sometimes they do that for like recalls? So they're still not really sure what's going on. They're putting, what the retailers have to do is they have to put in a ticket, and it doesn't go through Debbie, it goes through the manufacturer. So I haven't heard of any resolution yet. But okay, so I'm done with this. I think it's fine. I think I was just freaking out a little bit there for a minute. Beautiful job, Jan. Thank you, Kathy. I haven't tried mine. How's everybody doing, Kathy? Both of your boys are married now. Any little kitties coming along? Any little grandchildren coming along? I'm just taking my time a little bit watching these drippies because I did put a little bit too much on, so I just want to make sure I don't leave any drips. But I like it shiny like this. These will be going in my, I was going to keep them, but I'm not. These will be going in my booth. I'll be selling these. I realized that I can't keep anything that I make. I'm too critical. I'll be like, why did I do that? Why didn't I do this? Like it'll make me crazy. So I can't, I don't think I will be keeping these. I will be putting them in my booth, and hopefully somebody will like them. Okay. So, all done. I'm Manat. Is it Manat? Manat Carmen. I remember you from school, I think, from high school, right? Okay. So, you know, well, if it's from high school, then you know Chris Oliver. All right, I'm going to try and figure out how I'm going to get this chair off the table without getting my fingers stuck in the sealer I just put on. But why don't we move over to the yellow chair? So now the yellow chair, it's darker in this corner, so I gotta lift this chair. Oh. Okay. Okay, I did it. These chairs are heavy. I'm not sealing this chair yet. This chair is not done. But it's coming out really pretty. I like this color. Bring it closer. So, no, okay. There you go. So here's the yellow chair. Now, this one we painted in Honeybee. I'm just going to try the light over here and